All right, hey guys, how we doing? Welcome to another episode of the Last Call OOTP show. Uh, Great week so far. Um, I didn't want to bore you guys with the pack opening, so I opened all 102 packs I got on Wednesday and got a live Freddie Freeman for my troubles. That's it. Nothing crazy. So today we're gonna do silver quicks like usual. We're gonna be on long enough to see how far we get in Soiree. Um, we'll get into a couple perfect drafts. See if we can get a couple pity packs. Get in the second round. Also, we're gonna try and fix this dead ball roster as well. Um, Before I do anything, I want to show the new lineup. Uh, I made a lot of adjustments in the lineup this week. So I went away for the most part from commentators. I think all the commentators on one team, while you have one like high chemistry, it wasn't helping with the results because while you have commentators, there are tournament players that are better, just for lack of better words. So I've decided to use some for food to bring up people like Fett and Gabby Hart and guys like that, guys that I know I'm gonna use for a while. So if I use them for a while, I have that flexibility. I'm not completely worried about commentators. Yes, there's a lot of sucking costs into it. I did put a lot of perfect points into this and just realizing that it wasn't working. But ever since I made this change, we're winning at a higher clip. Yes, we run into moments where we will lose to a team that's not as good, for lack of better words. But the roster itself is much better than it has been in the past. So eventually, I'm gonna need to find another left-hander to balance this out even more, despite having the three switch hitters. But I added Sammy Harrison. I'm looking at see what's stream and all his data. He was on top of the list, and I was looking for a catcher that I can use alongside Hartnett. And while those two, well, Harrison's a meta guy, but Hartnett's being overlooked, I think, especially against lefties. Uh, he has a good enough defense that you can use him versus lefties. He's well rounded. Um, Framing isn't the greatest, but he does block. He does have an arm, but his framing's not horrible either. At the same time, turn this down a little. So, so with him, I have Dean Tennis at first base instead of at catcher. I think he's fine at first base, and he's got a ton of power, a ton of eye. There's Brady House, who can play everywhere. I have I have Dickie Fawn here. I got Soul White. So I got a lot of guys that can get on base, a lot of guys that can hit for power. I got the guys that can hit. Will, how was your stream? What's up, Revenge? I feel like I seen you. Hey, I hear myself. That's not good. Hold on. Hi, how you doing? How you doing, guys? Got tired of being shot at, Will. But anyways, so this is not for those that have seen me stream in the past. This is a completely new game that I'm streaming. Yes, I still race. I'm just taking a break from it. But to deal with my analytical brain, I decided to pick up Out of the Park Baseball, which is basically the franchise version of MLB The Show, except it's much better. This is their version of Diamond Dynasty, and they have multiple different tiers that you can use. I'm just using the silver right now. I was going over the roster that I did have. We'll also be going into. I'm gonna be calling a couple games play by play. It's gonna be something completely different than you're used to from me. But how you doing, Jake? So once again, guys, thank you. Will, you've been supporter from the beginning. Let me shout you out. Even though I kind of make you a mod again now that you're streaming again. I can fix that now. Um, this is also not a normal time slot for me. I used to stream earlier in the night, but ever since I went to 11 p.m., God knows when I start to see the sunrise, I'm starting to do this instead. So what we're gonna do? This is a championship game. It's a deciding game 5 in this tournament I'm in, and of course I exit it, but I could find it. I think it's this one. It's still. But yeah, we'll. I'm gonna call this game. I've got like an hour before the tournament. No problem, Slushy. I don't know why I do that. I call you Will, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere, I just call you by your screen name. Happens every now and then. I'm now one cup of coffee in. We're gonna call this game. It's my Bonnie Lake LPs are going against Reading. Reading's a very, very solid team. So we'll see where this goes. See if we win the tournament. I do not know the scores. I was able to hide them. We're gonna start off in the top of the second. No score. Connie Day for them's on second base. Felton Snow was at the plate. Zach Greinke, peak Zach Greinke, the good old Royals version, on the mound. All right, hey, grab some food for me too while you're at it. So Greinke, new addition to the team, facing Felton Snow. There is one out, and the 2-1 pitch from Greinke. And that's going to be a base hit to left. It should score a run for Reading. So Reading will be up 1-0 after that single from Snow. So 1 run's in, Snow's on first, and now bring up Bill Delancey to the plate. Delancey facing Greinke. He's very good against right-handed pitching, so this is going to be a tough matchup for Greinke. But here's the pitch. And that's a fly ball to left center field. That is high, that is deep, and it's gone. So just like that, Reading tops out to a 3-0 lead in this deciding game 5. Reading won the first game. Won the first day of traded victories. Reading started off winning games 1 and 3. The LPs won games 2 and 4. So this deciding game 5. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's still 3-0 Reading. The LP offense really struggling right now, but Dickie Thon's on second base, and Bob Horner's at the plate facing Jakey May, who's on the mound for the Reading Renegades. Here's the pitch from the Renegades pitcher, and he walks him. Didn't find the mark on the changeup, so now there's runners at first and second, and that will be bring the tying runner to the plate. That is Henry Davis. Davis playing left field instead of catcher. There are 4 catchers on this roster, as crazy as that sounds, but 2 of them can play different positions. Here's the pitch to Davis. And that's a high fly ball to right center field. Does it have enough? No, it does not. Great catch by Wilson, 2 away. And that will bring up Gabby Hartnett. Hartnett, another new addition to this roster. Sure. It went over an inning. Gotta love the highlights. Keep in mind I'm first coffee in. But still 3-0 to Vannon on first. Hartnett at the plate with 2 out. Here's the pitch. And that is a base hit to left field. Runner heads for third. DeVannon is safe. It does make them run the second on the throw, and just like that, the tying runs at the plate for Dickie Thon. Yes, not safe for work name there. So much things you can do with that. Here's the pitch from May. And that's a base hit to right field. That should score a run. One run's in. And two runs are in. So just like that, it's 3-2 on the 2 RBI single from Mr. Thon. You gotta say it right, you know. Let me fix the view here. It's kind of going too slow for me. Stop following the ball. Thank you. Animation speed. Go slightly fast. Alright. So 3-2, tying run on first base. This brings up Gene Tennis, who could take the lead with one swing of the bat here. 3-1 count. And he walks him. So now the go-ahead runs on first for Bob Horner. Horner facing May. 2 out. 0-0 count. And that's a fly ball to left field. That ball's high, it's deep, and it's gone. And just like that, the LPs put a 5 spot in the 5th, and it's now 5-3 going in. Still in the bottom of the 5th inning. So we go to the top of the 6th. It's 5-3 LPs now. Felton Snell's at the plate. Terry Pule's on first base. Greinke's still in the game in this 5-3 baseball game right now. Here's the pitch from Greinke. And that is a base hit to right field. Runner heading for third. Pule is safe. Snell reaches second on the throw. So now the tying run is at second base. And the go-ahead run, Bill Delancey, is at the plate. 1 out, 2-2 count. The pitch from Greinke. And he strikes him out looking. Huge strikeout for Greinke. And that brings up Joe Gordon to the plate. Joe Gordon, it's a true 3 outcome guy. He's either going to hit a home run, strike out, or fly out. We could use to get out of the jam here for Greinke. The pitch from him. And he strikes him out swinging. So Greinke gets out of the jam, and going into the top of this, or the bottom of the 6th, it's 5-3 LPs. So neither team scores in the 6th. So we go to the top of the 7th. Tying run at the plate. That's Jerry Benjamin. Tommy Agee's at first base. He has good speed. Fred Hymick has entered the game for Greinke. Here's the pitch from Fred. And that's grounded to third, and they turn the 5-4-3, and they get out of the inning. So nobody scores on one hit, and we go straight to the bottom of the 8th. It's still 5-3. Donnie Moore in the game for the Renegades. Horner at the plate, nobody out. The 2-1 pitch. Gotta love the PC going really fast. And that's a moonshot to left field. That is a no-doubter home run for Bob Horner. And it's now 6-3 LPs on the home run from Horner. So it's 6-3 going into the top of the 9th. Renegades on their last out here. Joe Gordon's at the plate. Fred Hymick staying in this game. The pitch from Hymick. And he strikes him out, and the LPs win the tournament in Game 5 with a 6-3 victory. I gotta keep somewhat quiet with everybody sleeping in the house. That's the only thing I really fight when doing this. Alright, so I can not hide the scores anymore. So we win the tournament 6-3. We swept in round 1. It was and we beat Tulsa 3-1. Then we beat Mount Pleasant, who I haven't seen before. We beat them in a deciding 5th game, and then we beat Reading in a deciding 5th game. So this tournament tree, Tulsa was a tough team. Burlington is usually the favorite, so Reading kind of made a magic run here, and they beat Burlington was leading silver right now, and 626 who could lead silver if he did more tournaments. That's two behemoths they beat to get there. With that in mind, I do have another tournament going. I guys sign up for another quick. We have 8 more minutes until the soiree goes off. So what we'll do is I'll sign up for this. Try not to sneeze into the mic. Sign up for that. Get that roster in. We will go to only in progress. So this tournament right now, oh, this is going to be a huge matchup right here. So two top 15s going, 15 teams going out of here. Burlington is probably the best team in silver right now. Their roster is littered with talent. They're good. They're good pitching. They're good hitting the ball. They rely on control and eye. As you can see, all you see is dark blue from this team. There's only 4 people on this team that have less than 90 eye or control, or in this case 90 eye, and that's Nielsen, Boone, Thumb, and Wilson. But like they're just known to hitting power, striking people, getting good movement, and just they control the zone both ways. They're really good all the way around. They'll send Swindell, a level 5 Swindell, which is like their parallel version. Like it's parallel, except you use cards instead of getting accumulated stats to get the parallel. And they go up in overall, whereas this one does not, but all their ratings go up. So you have Swindell, you have Tewksbury, you have Sabathia, you have Granke, who's better than mine, and Larry Jackson, who's an underrated card that's really good too. And their bullpen is he uses all starters all the time. I'm familiar with the Honeycutt because I also have a level 5 of him. Baumgartner mows down left-handers. Sandy mows down right-handers. Sorry. Simmons, Zahn, and Kuroda are all there to eat innings. So it's gonna be a really difficult matchup. I think he has the better team. I need to get this right. So I can organize everything here. I've added quite a few people since then. I can go over that in the 5 minutes here. I just gotta sit some guys. All relievers. Okay, so my bullpen should be good. All right, so let's go to the lineup. There's a lot of guys I've added since then. So there's Sammy Harrison. He wasn't on this team last week. Added him to play catcher. He basically becomes my catcher versus right-handed. Even though he's better versus lefties, I like Hartnett versus lefties. So I use him against righties. Very, very good defensive catcher. He's added to this team. Hartnett's now a level 4 guy. As you can see, he's a little bit more well-rounded versus left-handers. So I use him against lefties. Tennis and House are now at first base. Tennis was the catcher last week. He's now moved over to first base to make room for Harrison and Hartnett. Dickie Thon is a new guy added. He's just good against everybody. He's really good defensive in 3 different spots. He's probably the best player in silver, best pure bat in silver. He could probably play in gold, and he could probably play in diamond too with this profile here. Saul White's still on the team for now. He's still on the team for now because of his versatility. Very good bat off the bench, has decent speed if needed, even though I never run. Bob Horner's now at third base, full time. He's just there to hit. He's there to hit dingers. That's his one job, and to play decent defense. Another new person to the team. Henry Davis is now in left field. That's a new addition and adjustment. He's a better outfielder than he is catcher, and he's really good against both. So I use him against both. Um, Guzman was on. Guzman and Berkman were still on the team. Devan's a new uh, addition. He's there to play center field. He's playing both sides, although he's much better against lefties than righties. But he does a lot of stuff well, but he just can't throw people out. That's his weakness right there. Probably need Colt Emerson, the future legend. He's there to be the super sub off the bench. And also, he plays against righties to balance out the lineup. He is really good against right-handed pitching compared to left. But the fact that he can also play catcher, although albeit not well, or center field, not well, he plays all the other positions enough to where you can use him. Deion James remains on this team because of the simple fact he hits left. He's a left-hander. There were too many right-handers on this team when I tried to make changes the first time, so he's there to balance it out a little more. He can play center field if needed. Pitching wise, there's a lot to go over. Mays is now the ace for now. Mambo is back on the team after being essentially benched in this tournament. On this tournament team for a while. Pett's now at number 3. Zachary's still on the team. He's pitching much better since not having to start as the ace, and Greinke's a new addition. Honeycutt's now in the bullpen. Borbone is new. He doesn't allow home runs. He will allow a hit now and then, but it's not significantly better. It's not significantly different if he gives up hits or not, because they're not going to go very far with this depression. And he has really good control for a reliever. CC Sabathia is back on the roster. I've had him before as a starter. He's now in the bullpen to face right-handed hitters. He can get righties out as a lefty. That always helps too. Make sure scores are hidden. So let's go back to the lineup. Lou Brissy, he was on the team. Richard Blyer's new. He also has high suppression. It's like 141. It's the highest on the team. He's dominant versus right-handed hitters. I've decided to go with a whole bunch of lefties in the bullpen and a whole bunch of righties starting, just to force the manager to make a bad decision and get a better matchup for the guys that I do have. Fred Hymick is now in the bullpen. He was really good as a fifth starter, as a follower, but he's there to be the long guy, eat innings, doesn't make too many mistakes. As though this one I'm looking at, he gave up 4 runs in an inning. Kind of crazy. Well, that game is coming on now. The Soiree is underway, but it takes like 30 minutes before game 1. So we're down. Okay, we're facing Burlington game 1. We want a game 5 to get here, so we're sending our ace to the mound. So it's going to be Swindell versus Mays, which gives Burlington the it'll give them the advantage in the starting pitching. Hopefully, our offense can hold up with their offense, while ours is really good, so theirs is better. All right, so first game's in. Another thing you notice, the team chemistry is not 80%. It's down to 18 with all the adjustments. There's the Surrey. So we'll go into the highlights. It's game one in this Silver Quick. It's the LPs facing the Burlington Silver Stars. We're going to start in the top of the first. It's an 0-2 pitch to Hartnett. 1 out. The pitch from Swindell. And that's a laser to left field. Does it have enough? It does. A home run for Hartnett. And it's 1-0 Bonnie Lake early in this game. It's the first home run for Hartnett this postseason. So that will bring up to the top of the third. It's still 1-0. Not a lot has happened here. Deion James is on first base. Colt Emerson is at the plate. Nobody out still. Here's the pitch to Emerson. And that's a ball hit the left field. Does that have carry? It does. It's gone. Emerson's first home run of the postseason. And it's now 3-0 Bonnie Lake in the top of the third with still nobody out. We stay in the top of the third. Hartnett's on second. Gene Tennant is at first base. Henry Davis is at the place facing Swindell. The 1-0 pitch to Swindell. And that is a base hit up the middle. Runner heading home. And he will be safe. So it's now 4-0 on the RBI single from Henry Davis, who advances to second on the throw. Tennis goes to third. It's now 4-0 LPs. And we go all the way to the bottom of the ninth. The LP scored in the 6th and 7th to make it 6-0. Burlington has a run in here that's a full count to Joe Judge. Joe Mays is still pitching in this game. He has pitched a gem, scattering only 4 hits so far. Here's the pitch to Joe Judge. Fly ball to center field. This should do it. And it does. So Bonnie Lake wins 6-1 over Burlington and takes a 1-0 lead in this quarterfinal. Dominant play from Bonnie Lake here in a 6-1 victory. Joe Mays goes the distance, throwing 125 pitches, striking out 5 and only giving up 4 hits, only allowing the earned run to go with it. They get to Swindell early. Kurt Simmons tried to keep it close, only giving up 1 in 3 innings. But the Bonnie Lake offense too much, led by Gabby Hartnett's 3 hits, 2 runs, and 2 RBIs, 1 off the home run. Seven LPs got a hit in this game. The only ones that didn't, that played full time, was House and James. James walked twice, so House was the only one who didn't reach base at all. So really, really dominant game there. Cheeky, thank you for the raid. How was your stream? How was you were in late gold, right? Did you end up winning it? Jeez, I'm hearing myself again. Oh, no, Dozer beat you? I'm in a tough matchup right now in this quick. I got Burlington, who's really tough. I started the stream with a win in a quick to get 3 packs. I didn't get anything from those packs. Oh, I did. I turned my stream. I turned yours off. Don't worry. The Surrey just started. I'm just waiting for that to get to game 1. So while I'm waiting for that, I'm doing a quarterfinal with Burlington here. We're up 1-0 in this series. I'll show you their roster after I see who we're playing in the Surrey. So he took your notes and built a team and beat you with it. Is that what I'm understanding here? Okay. Don't worry. I help Minerva and he beats me in quicks all the time. Yeah, that's a perfect way of putting it. That was pretty impressive. GG's. Um, so that is that the term we're using here? All right, so I did make quite a few changes to the Saray roster. Earlier in the stream, I mentioned I've been actually shying away from commentators. I had quite a few, but I'm now more open to getting meta cards if they help the roster. So after I went through everything and made adjustments, I've done a lot better. This is the first run with this new roster. The only real major changes to the hitting is that I added Bobby Bonds back and I added Dave Nilsson. Sure, fire away, cheeky. I think I already have them. This is snapshot and unsung heroes only. So if you have any of those that can help, I'm open. I'm open to a lot of ideas. But I'll show you my main roster. I got 22 minutes here. I was just trying to see who I was facing in game one. I have I'm facing a team I've never heard of before, so that means they'll win in 2 games. I'll go back to the main team because I think the Burlington team series should be ready to go. Yeah, that's going on in a minute. But I'm about to show you my main roster. So lineup wise, I've added Harrison, Dickie Thon, Devanin, Emerson. I added those guys to the lineup, and then I added pitching wise. I completely redid my roster. So Mambo's back on the team. I just go by Mambo because I don't really like bothering doing his last name. I added Zach Greinke. There is a combinator of him, but I don't know if I want to spend 35K on him yet. Um, Pedro Borbon is new. TC Sabathia is back on the roster. Richard Blyer, I added. P Babbitt be damned. He has home run suppression and he's got a lot of control. And Fred Hymick is now in the bullpen. He was my 5th starter as a follower. I have Thumb already. I have Guzman, so I don't have room for Cintron anymore. I like the Cintron card, but I don't have room for him because I got better defenders at shortstop now. Devanden's on the roster. Swindell does bad for me. I don't get it. But I think I'm gonna add him because Swerga is splitty for me. Like Sandy Kasorga, I think I think I'm gonna make a second squad later. But are you using your lefties in the starting rotation? Because I'm using my lefties in the bullpen for the most part. I like that. I like that Tom Zachary card too much in the rotation to take him out. So he's the one lefty in the rotation, and Bourbone's the one righty in the bullpen. But everybody else, it's all righties or all lefties. Game 2 should be coming down anytime now. It's so odd because Maze looks good. Like, it looks like a good card. Well, Joe Mays just threw a 4-hitter and only gave up 1 run. So Mays is getting better because he just threw a gem. So it might be just a small sample size, but he's not exactly. He's had those moments where he's really good or really bad. But I think that's just every pitcher in OOTP. So this is game 2. We're up 1-0 in the series. We're going to go to the top of the second. Jimmy Fox is at second. Jeff DeVannen is at first. Now we'll bring up Brady House to the plate to face Bob Tewksbury. The 1-1 from Tewksbury, and that's a fly ball to right, and it's caught. What a catch by Monday. And there's 2 out. Nice running catch from him. So that brings up Sol White to the plate. Still no score. 2 out. The 1-1 from Tewksbury. And that's a base hit to left field down the line and to the wall. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. And it's 2-0 LPs still in the top of the second. Thank you for the follow code. So we go to the bottom of the second. It's 2-0 LPs. Silver Stars are threatening. Pasco's at second. Dickey's at first. Aaron Boone is at the plate to face Mambo. The pitch from Mambo. And that's a fly ball to right field. And that will drop and go to the wall in right center field. This should tie the game. And it does. A 2 RBI double for Aaron Boone. And it's all tied at 2. With that, nobody scores in the third and the fourth. The LPs were shut down in the top of the fifth. Chica, I didn't realize you weren't following yet. Thank you for the follow. That's pretty. That's hilarious. So yeah, we're still the top of the bottom of the fifth here. 3-1 count. Brandon Geyer is at first base for Rick Monday. Mambo the pitch, trying to get out of it, and he walks him. So that puts the runner in the go-ahead run in second base. Joe Judge comes to the plate to face Mambo. Can Mambo get out of this inning? And back-to-back walks, so now the bases are loaded with 1 out. And that brings up Owen Wilson to the plate. Bases loaded jam here for Mambo in the bottom of the fifth. It's 2-all. The pitch. And that is a base hit to right field. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. So Wilson with a 2 RBI double, and the Silver Stars take a 4-2 lead on the double from Wilson. We're still with 1 out here. Mambo's still pitching. All right, Chicky. Dave Nielsen comes to the plate. It's 4-2. Silver Stars, bottom of the fifth. 1 out. The 1-2. And that's a base hit to right. That should score another 2 runs here. The throw home is in time. 6-2 Silver Stars as they scored 4 in the bottom of this inning. We're still in the bottom of this inning. There's 2 out now, but Nielsen's on third. Gordon's on second. That brings up Dickie Thon to the plate to face Hymick, who's now in the game for Mambo. The pitch to Dickey, and that's a base hit to right field. This should score 2 more runs. Stop the bleeding. Stop it. We're already dead. It's 8-2. It's 8-2 as we go to the top of the sixth. It's an 0-2 count to Jimmy Fox with Bob Horner at first base. Tewksbury still pitching here. And that's a moonshot to left field. That is on the second deck in left field. Home run for Bob Horner. Or Jimmy Fox. Sorry, for Jimmy Fox, his home run, his 4th of the postseason. And it's now 8-4. Silver Stars in front here. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. CC Sabathia in the game to face Owen Wilson. Brandon Geyer is on first base. Here's the pitch from Sabathia. And that's over the head of the right fielder. A base hit to the wall. Wilson heading home. The throw is to third, and that is not in time. So Wilson legs out a triple, and it's now 9-4 Burlington in the bottom of the eighth here. With that, we go to the top of the ninth here. It's 9-4. Burlington in front. Last out, great. Jeff Zahn's in the game for the Silver Stars to face Sol White. The 2-1 count. And the pitch. Ground ball to short. This should end it for them, and it does. Silver Stars tied the series with a 9-4 victory over Body Lake. So Burlington jumped out early. It broke the game open in the fifth. While we scored first, they had 8 unanswered runs in the second and the fifth. We only managed to get 6 hits, which isn't much. Jimmy Fox, 2 runs, 2 hits, the home run, 2 walks. He's hitting .304 in this tournament with 4 home runs and 10 RBIs. Mambo just didn't have it today. 7 runs allowed, 6 hits in 4 1/3 innings. Hyman gave up the run in the 1 1/3, and Sabathia did what he could to keep him in it, but it was just too much for Burlington as they go on to win this game and tie the series at 1. So the tournament tree looks like this. Rhodes Sodas and Marshall Mice are tied at 1. The Ticklers are tied with Reno 1-1. And Delco and St. Louis going at it, they're tied at 1. So all the series are tied up at 1 here. Dylan would love to have a matchup against us because I think he's got payback for me from earlier today. It's going to be a tough go for both of us as we got Delco, who's really good, and Burlington, who's just tough all the time. Tournament wise, Reno's going to send Lou Brissy to the mound to face Bob Tewksbury. Burlington sending Sabathia against our Lou Fett. St. Louis is going to send Mambo to go against Lou Brissy. Lou Brissy becoming a popular starting option. I use him in the bullpen. And then Sandy Consuerga faces Zach Greinke. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot more Lou Brissy in the as a starter. I've yet to use him as a starter, but I'm considering it for the fact that I just want to try it out, see if it'll work. I like I said, I like Tom Zachary, that level 5 as the fourth or fifth starter. So I don't think Lou Brissy would be that much of an improvement. But I could be wrong. Jimmy Fox leads the tournament with 4 home runs and 10 RBIs. He's tied with Devannon for Reno. Pitching wise, it's not a whole lot to write home as other than Mambo's leading in losses. And we have 2 complete games. Sabathia has a complete game shutout for Rhodes. See, Mays has allowed 3 home runs, and his home run allowed is 88. So it's kind of sketchy. And Luke Brissy has a 15K per 9. He struck out 5 in 3 innings. That will do it. Game 3 should be coming anytime now. And then we could check in with the Saray after this one to see where that's at. I think it'll be close to starting game 1. We will switch over to that when it's ready. Kind of interested to see what the new cards are tomorrow. See if there's anything worth adding to the squad. I completely dismantled my Perfect League team on the main account to just focus on silver. I know I'm not going to make a PTMS with league play. I'm content of being in silver and trying to compete in that. Just try to be a top team there. I do have a PAX only team that I'll go over as well if we have time. That one I'm focusing purely on league play. All right, so here's game 3. Series switches over to Bonnie Lake here. And right away we start in the top of the first. Rick Monday leading off for the Silver Stars that face Lou Fett. As we scan around Henderson Park, don't worry, there's no intersections in this one, no renovations needed, no cliffs or anything like that like in previous games. Here's the pitch, and that's a base hit to left field, so it's going to be a leadoff double for Monday to start off this game. But but the LPs do get out of that inning despite giving up the 2 hits. So we go to the bottom of the first. Gabby Hartnett's on first. Dickie Thon's at first. Henry Davis now is at the plate. Here is the pitch from CC Sabathia. And he walks Dickie. So we go to the bases loaded. And that brings up Jimmy Fox, who has murdered pitchers in this tournament, facing CC Sabathia. The 2-2. And he strikes him out swinging. Huge strikeout to Sabathia to get out of the bases loaded jam, so it's no score after 1. Burlington will not score in the second, so we go to the bottom of the second here. Christian Guzman leading off for the LPs, facing Sabathia. Here's the first pitch to him. And that's a fly ball to left center field, and that is going to bounce off the wall. Guzman at second, heading for third. The throw to third is not in time. So it's a leadoff triple for Christian Guzman, and that will bring up Saul White to the plate after Deion James reaching first on a walk. Here's the pitch from CC. Ground ball to short, and they turn the double play, but the run does score, so it's 1-0 LPs. Saul White advances to second, so it's now Gabby Hartnett at the plate. Bottom of the fourth. Burlington and LPs did not score in the third. Burlington did not score in the fourth. Here's the pitch from CC Sabathia. And that's going to be a base hit to right field. Saul White heading home. The throw home is wide off the pace. So it's a now 2-0 lead for the LPs. Hartnett did remain at first despite the throw. So we go to the top of the fifth. It's 2-0 LPs. Fett's cruising right now. Dickie Thon is at third base. Miguel Sano is at the plate. Sano can tie this game with one swing of the bat. Here's the switch from Fett. And that is a base hit to the gasoline sign in right center field. Sano heading for second. He'll be safe. The run does score. So it's now 2-1 LPs after the RBI double from Sano. So we go to the top of the sixth. It's 2-1. LPs did not score on the bottom of the fifth. Joe Gordon at the plate with 1 out is usually bad news in this game. Here's the pitch. And that is a fly ball to left field, and that is gone. Tie game. I hate it when I'm right sometimes. That makes it 2-2. 2 out. Buddy Rule on second. Dickie F's at the plate facing Fett. Can he get out of this inning? Base hit gives them the lead. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to short. Throw the first is... Well, there's no throw the first. He ate it. So now it's runners at the corners for Rick Monday. Rick Monday could take the lead on a base hit here. Here's the pitch. And he strikes him out swinging. Huge strikeout for Fett. He gets out of the inning, and it's tied going into the bottom of the sixth. Christian Guzman leading off. It's a 1-2 count. Here's the pitch from CC. And that's a base hit to the gasoline sign in right center field. Guzman heading for second, and he will be safe with a stand-up double to lead off this inning. And that will bring up Saul White to the plate with one out. Here's the pitch. And that's a base hit to right field. Guzman heading home. The throw home is not in time. So the LPs take a 3-2 lead here. And we're now the top of the seventh. Runners at first and second. There's two out. I'm looking at this wrong. We're still up. Keep in mind, I'm still only one coffee in. Give me another coffee before I get going here. Runners at first and second. So White at second. Gabby Hartnett at first. Does not help that we have the same colors here. I just noticed that. Dickey at the plate. Here's the pitch from Rick Honeycutt, who's now in the game for the Silver Stars. Fly ball to right field. That's a no-doubter. That's it. Gone and over the bullpen in right field. And it's now 6-2. LPs going in the bottom of the six here. The 3-run home run for Dickey is his first of the postseason. So they did add one more run in the sixth. So we go to the top of the ninth. Bases loaded. Nobody out. Rick Honeycutt at the plate. This is bad news. Here's a pitch from Honeycutt. And he walks in a run. So it's now 7-3 LPs. Brings up Dick Dietz to the plate. Dick Dietz pitch hitting. Here we go. And he strikes out Dietz on a curveball low and away. So that now brings up Muddy. One out. A double play can get out of this. Base hit scores at least two. Here's the pitch. And that's a fly ball to left field. That's going to be caught. Runner tags up. Devanin will score. So it's now 7-4. Two out. And that will bring up Dickie Thom for them. Here's the pitch to him. And he pops him up. This should end it. Guzman under it, and he will make the catch. So with that, Bonnie Lake takes a 2-1 lead in the series after a 7-4 victory over Burlington. All right, so that did enough. He won 5 2/3, gave up 7 hits and 3 walks and 2 runs over that span. He struck out 3. Brissy went 2 1/3. He did give up 2 runs, so he did have a tough outing. And Honeycutt did enough. He walked in the run, but he did enough to win the game. We did jump on Sabathia early, and we did jump on their Honeycutt with a home run in the home run in the 6th, the 3-run homer from Dickey. He was the player of the game. Top of the order is still kind of struggling. The middle of the order is really struggling with Dickey and Tennis hitting under 250. So what I'm going to do here is I got an ad coming up in 7 minutes. I snoozed it once to finish the game. So I'm going to take the ad here, get a cup of coffee, and I will be right back. All right, guys. So we're now going to go into game one here. Stogies against LPs. Silver Soray. We'll get back to the other Burlington matchup when we can. So game one here, best of three. Did not see it, so we're not going to look. So just like that, we're going to start in the bottom of the third. If you guys saw the box score before I did, just don't tell me. Stogie's looking to score here. Two runners on first and second. Tom Zachary on the mound to face Gene Alley. The pitch from Zachary. And he tried the bunt and missed. Looking to bunt. 0-1. Nobody out here. The pitch from Alley. Bunt the first. The only play is the first. The runners advance on the productive out. So that brings up a Dofo Phillips to the plate to face Tom Zachary. No score. Top of the third. 1 out. The 2-2 from Zachary. And he strikes him out swinging. So they get the big second out here on the strikeout from Zachary. And that will bring up Wally Westlake to the plate. Westlake has a really good eye versus lefty, so it could be bases loaded again. It's a 3-0 count. So he walks him. So it's runners full of stogies here. Bobby Bonds comes to the plate. There's 2 out. Still no score. The pitch from Zachary. Ground ball to second. Easy play the first, and it's done. So they get out of the bases loaded jam here. So it's no score going to the bottom of the third. In the bottom of the third, Bobby Bonds reaches second base. So it brings up Jake Stahl to face Greg Swindell. The pitch from Swindell. He pops him up to be easy play for the second baseman. And he drops it. Bonds scores. The throw is offline. Gene Alley with the error. Pop fly, he lost it in the sun. Miscommunication. And it allows Bonnie Lake to get the run. And it's now 1-0 on the. They called it a base hit. The animation showed an error. OOTP, go home, you're drunk. Here's the pitch to Gerald Williams. We're in the bottom of the fourth. It's still 1-0. The Stogies didn't score in the top of the fourth. Here's the pitch from Swindell. That's a fly ball to left field. That ball has carry. And it's over the wall. Home run for Gerald Williams. His first of the tournament. And it's now 2-0 LPs. So we've had a run scored on an infield base hit that took a couple movies to come down. And then another on the home run from Gerald Williams. I think the pop fly that scored the first run had more hang time. So with that, we go to the bottom of the sixth. It's 2-0. 2 out. Gerald Williams is on second. Don Detmer reaches the plate to face Swindell. Here's the pitch from Swindell. And that's a fly ball to left field. That ball's high, it's deep, and it's gone. Detmer's first home run of the postseason, and it's now 4-0 Bonnie Lake. Three runs are in now. It's now 5-0 LPs. There's 2 out. Earl Yingling comes on the mound for the Stogies. Bases loaded for Vince DiMaggio here. Hewlett at third, Stahl at second, Don at first. Here's the 2-2. And that is a base hit to right field. 1 run will score. The throw home is wide of the plate, so it's now 7-0 LPs on the 2 RBI single from DiMaggio. They add 1 more in the ace, so we go to the top of the ninth. It's 8-0 LPs on 17 hits. Tom Zachary's only allowed 2 hits in this game, looking to close it out. Here's the pitch to Bonds. And that's a fly ball, and there goes the shutout. It's now 8-2. Just the third hit allowed from Zachary. And that will be it for Zachary. And that brings in Britt Burns. Bases loaded for Gene Alley, 2 out. 8-2 LPs here. Can Burns close it? Here's the pitch. And he gets him to pop it up. Guzman makes the catch, and they will win game 1 of this series. 8-2. Zachary going 8 and a third, only giving up the 2-run homer. So we go straight into game 2. Bonnie Lake up 1-0. So we go on the road. Once again, I am pressing box score because it's natural. I have not seen the score. So we're at the top of the second here. Yes, I am winning. We won game 1, 8-2. Tom Zachary went 8 and a third, only gave up 3 hits, but the home run in the 9th as he was tiring. This is game 2 here. I'm not seeing the box score even though I clicked on it. We're going to start in the second. John Mayberry's at the plate, leading off. Jay Wong So pitching for the Stogies. Here's the pitch from Jay Wong. That's a fly ball to right field, and that is a laser, and it's out of here in the bullpen. John Mayberry's first home run of the postseason, and just like that, the LPs are up 1-0 in the top of the second. So we go to the top of the third. Stogies no hit so far. So pitching to Bobby Bonds. Kim on second. Hewlett on first. Here's the pitch. And that's a base hit to right field. Runner heading home. He will score. Going to third will be Hewlett. Fisher tried to get the ball towards second, but Bonds will come in with a stand-up double, and it's now 2-0 LPs. Series is 1-0. LPs did have 2 runs in the third, so we go to the bottom of the fourth. LPs looking to win in the first round here. Sandy Kasperga's in for the LPs. Tortea. Phillips at second. Pasqua at the plate. Or I may have Sandy Kasperga in the bullpen. Or it's a starter. I forget. Here's the pitch from Sandy. And that's a base hit to the gap off the gasoline side in right center field. 1 run will score. Pasqua in with a double, and it's now 4-1 LPs. Bottom of the fourth. We stay in the bottom of the fourth. There's now 1 out. Mo Vaughn at the plate. Here's the pitch from Sandy. And he walks Vaughn. So Vaughn's now at first. Pasqua at second. Weintraub is in the game. He is the tying run. Here's the pitch from Sandy Kasperga. Ground ball to second. To throw the seconds in time. They get just the force to second. Pasqua goes to third. So there's now 2 away. And now bring up Tim Hewlett to the plate. Hewlett representing the tying run. Pasqua over at third. Phil at first. Here's the pitch. And he walks him, so now the bases are loaded. Can they get out of the bases loaded jam here? The dangerous Tony Phillips is here, who can take the lead with 1 swing of the bat, or he can walk in a run. Depends how he feels today. Here's the pitch from Kasperga. Ground ball to the pitcher. The throw the first is in time, and they get out of the inning. So going to the top of the fifth, the LPs lead 4-1. We didn't score in the fifth or in the sixth, so we're now at the bottom of the sixth. Once again, the tying run, Tim Hewlett at first base. There is 2 out. And Sorga is still in the game, and here comes the 2-1 pitch. Ground ball to third. Make the force at third, and they get out of the inning. So the Stogies stranding base runners at a high rate. It's still 4-1 in the bottom of the seventh. Nobody out. Tony Phillips is at first base. Jerry Willard is at the plate. Sorga is still in this game, only allowing 5 hits so far. Here's ground ball to first. To throw the seconds in time, but there's no relay throw, so there's 1 away. They get out of the inning, so now we go to the top of the 8th. John Mayberry's at the plate. to face Leo Keeley, who's in the game for the Stogies. Here's the 1-0. And that's a base hit to left field. Mayberry with the double. Looking for insurance runs here, but no luck there. So we go to the bottom of the ninth inning. It is 4-1. Sean Hill has entered the game for the LPs. Tim Hewlett is on second base. Tony Phillips looking to keep it alive for the Stogies in this tournament. Here's a 2-2. Ground ball to first. It should be an easy play. And the LPs will advance to round 2 on a 4-1 victory over the Stogies. Too bad this isn't in a TB1 tournament. So now I can actually look at the box score. Bonnie Lake has 4 runs on 8 hits. Stogies 1 run on 5. John Mayberry had 3 hits and the home run in the second inning off. So Bobby Bonds had 2 hits as well. Sandy Kasuarga gave up 5 hits and 2 runs over 6 1/3, only giving up the earned run, the home run from, or the double. I think it was the double from Pasqua. Sean Hill goes 2 1/3, gets the save. 2 2/3, no hits, 1 walk, 2 Ks. So with that, trying to find us here. We do advance. We will get to face the Toronto 10's TT's theme team, who's featuring Judge, Bonds, Phillips, Fothergill, and Buxton at the top of their order. And their rotation, they do have a base Tom Zachary. They do have Jesse Hahn, who's an underrated card. We should be favored in this one, but this is a OTP. So let's. The Toronto 10s has scored 9 runs. So they've averaged about 4.5 runs. We have averaged 6. Start a prediction here. All right, so we'll give it a couple minutes here. Got it. All right, so over under runs a 6 here as this game comes up. Will it be over 6 or under 6? This will be for chicken and waffles here. While I try to get stuff together. I will have new sound bites as I go. I'm gonna work on that tomorrow. For those new to the channel, this used to be an iRacing stream, a predominantly iRacing stream. I will still do iRacing every now and then, but it won't be during this time slot. It probably won't start till September, to be honest. Just taking a break from it, but this is gonna be my new main game. So there's a lot of sound bites from when I was racing. So I do need to adjust some things here as we go. Once again, guys, thank you for spending your time here with me in this early morning. My goal is to stream regularly. So first of all, I like this time slot, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Around 11 time probably will go to around 3 or 4. My goal is to eventually apply to be an affiliate, but I just want to see if the schedule works for me first before even bringing that up. That way I can get drops onto the channel, and to have people that are, you know, that work during the work like a swing shift and they can't get to other streams, to be that late night option for them. I'm going to predominantly do silver because that's my main area, but I will throw in some perfect drafts. I don't have a perfect draft signed up right now, and I do need to fix a dead ball roster that I'm struggling with. The earlier eras I used to be really good at, and now all of a sudden I'm struggling. So I gotta see what I'm doing wrong to fix that. So if we get knocked out early in this, we will go over the dead ball roster and see if we can make some adjustments with the new cards that I did get. Another thing is I'm going to be very, very selective if I'm getting any new commentators. I want to get the ones that I have that I'm going to use more often um, higher, like get them into the level 3, 4, and 5. Um, I don't think a full commentator roster is needed. And I know it's a touchy subject. I do like the changes that they're potentially changing with the limited and the ones without them. I am for it. It just gives another option for me to play tournaments in. And if they do the tournament refresh and make this maybe a double elimination or do or die, I think that will just, I can't imagine the craziness that will happen with how silver is right now. It's already a grind with the best of 5, but then making it like double elimination, I can imagine the possibilities going nuts. I think it'd be really fun with, especially with the top teams. Not only the top teams, but the randomness of other teams that can. It'll give the teams that don't have like a lot of commentators or no commentators a fighting chance if it's a shorter series, like best of 3 double elimination, best of 3 final, or do or die, to do some damage and probably win some more packs. That's just my thoughts on it. Um, I did see a lot of this stuff in main Discord this morning. That's a hell of a lunch to read all that. It took me my whole 45-minute lunch to catch up on everything, and then having to catch up on it again when I got home. So while that's got 5 minutes, let's see if the other quick is ready to go. It's 9592. I did make PTCS. I'm number 14 right now. Oh, my buddy Dylan. We did win that game 9-6. I can go over that tournament right now. I can show you where I'm at. Um, but this is where I stand right now. I had a really bad week. Like I averaged 30. It was a really bad week, so this should be better than what it was. But everything that went wrong last week to make me realize that I need to make some changes happened. I'm currently 14th. But I feel like I can fight with the guys that are ahead of me now. Whereas before they were just absolutely running me over. I just took out Burlington, who's second. I'm facing my partner in crime, Dylan, who's right behind me in 15th. There's tournaments where I had Seawit. I beat Seawit in 5 and then turn around and swept Burlington. There's tournaments where I've had like nighttime quicks they're absolutely a grind because every bit of this top 25, except maybe I don't see Denver as much. I don't see Mount Hawk as not much. But everybody else I see all the time. First round, second round. It's a grind. Like every quick you earn your 3 packs. Like if they made that a best of 3 or shorter, this is wild. Like yes, you see the top 3 clearly broken away from the pack, but they're all beatable. Like all of them are beatable. It's not like a I think it's this is like disproportionate to how tough silver really is. And ironically, I struggle more against rough draft and supercells or a team like Marshall than I do. Well, I'm struggling against the Giants lately, but for the most part, I they've gotten better. But I think my team can fight with them now that I've made the changes. Um, we'll go back into the Surrey. But just so you know, Dylan, I know you're gonna listen to this on the VOD. I hope you lose to me in that quick. Anyway, so we'll get into it. Hey D-Block, how you doing? Glad to be of the be your morning OOTP where you're usually my morning for OOTP. So to break this down, I'm waiting for the second round game between Toronto and the Soiree. I think they're doing a deciding game 3 right now. Let me make sure. Okay, the game 1 is going to come down the pipe in a minute here. We're in the second round. We're facing I can find it. We're facing the Tens theme team. Oh, you're in this too. I think. Oh, that's Wichita Eagles. So like the little pod that we're in, the Yaks are really the toughest team in the bracket on my side in this area. Um, I just realized oh, that is you? Okay. I just wanted I was like, "Oh, I knew you were a Wichita, but the manager threw me off." That's his alt. Welcome back, franchise. How you doing? All right. So 28 seconds before game 1 of round 2 here. We did sweep our first round series against the Stogies. Oh, that's right. You do drafts and lurk. I'm now a second coffee in, so we're good. All right, so reminder to self: do not click on the box score. Thank God I don't look at it when I accidentally do. First coffee, first coffee, kind of a little slow. I'm also 5 away from 400 followers. It's been a long road to get to 395. If you guys do like this content, feel free to follow. I'm not gonna say, hey, look, it's either way. I'm happy with what I have right now. That's what I thought. It's a call your thingy team. Okay. I had 102 packs, but I don't like opening packs on stream because I don't have streamer luck right now. And all I got from the 102 packs today was a live perfect Freddie Freeman. That was my big pull. Oh, it was worse when I did do it on stream, Cheeky. If you watch the VOD, I didn't have a single perfect, or I think I had one diamond. All right. So next week, I'll do a pack opening on third on. I'll do it Thursday. I'll save packs and do it Thursday. I got to 102. Usually I open them as I go, so I'll try it again, try it on stream and see if that works. So here's game one here. Highlights. Yeah, that's true. I don't have that capability yet. I'm just trying to get into trying to get into a new like routine for me. Like this is very different from what I'm used to doing. But my goal is to try to become an affiliate when I get um a good regular like routine going. That's fair, cheeky. All right, so game one here against Toronto. The Toronto Tens here. See, I'm learning this as I go. This is my like first year at Perfect Team. I'm used to playing base game on and off. So I'm learning new stuff as I go. Why am I so loud? Okay. Get that mic away from me a little. So we go to the bottom of the first here. We didn't get a hit and already have an error here. So Bobby Bonds is at third base. Adolfo Phillips is at second. Bob Fothergill has entered the plate to face Jesse Hahn. The pitch from Hahn. Fly ball to left field. That ball is caught. Runner tags up and he will score. So it's 1-0 Tens in the bottom of the first here. One away. We go to the top of the third. It's 1-0 Tens. We've got Don Detmer at second base. Bobby Bonds is at the plate. Brett Strom is on the mound for the Tens. Here's the pitch. And that's a well hit ball to right center field. And that is off the gasoline sign in right center field. It's a tie game. Detmer heading for third. The throw to third is not in time. So Bobby Bonds with the RBI triple, and it's tied up at 1 in the top of the third here. We fast forward to the bottom of the sixth. Nobody out. Joe Judge on first base. Bobby Bonds is at the plate. Bonds still in this game. 1-1 game. Bottom of the sixth, nobody out. The 0-2 pitch. He strikes him out swinging. Bonds strikes out on 3 pitches. And that will bring up Lip Pike to the plate. 1 away. 2-2 count. Judge still on first. Tie game. The pitch from Hahn. Ground ball to second. The throw to second is botched. Candale with the huge error. And now there's runners at first and second for Bob Fothergill. Will this error come back to bite him? It's the second error of the game for the LPs. Here's the pitch. Pop fly. Hewlett there. And he will make the catch. Or Kim makes the catch. Hewlett's at third. Forgot him. Made that change. So that will bring up Brian Buxton to the plate to face Hahn. Hahn trying to get out of the jam. Here's the pitch. And that's a fly ball to center. And that is caught. So we get out of the inning. They strand a pair of runners. So it's still tied at 1 going to the bottom of the 6th. So we go to the top of the 7th here. 1-1. Brett Strom still pitching. Vince DiMaggio leading off. The 1-0 pitch. And that's a base hit to left. So DiMaggio with the leadoff single. And it puts the go-ahead run on first base for Gerald Williams. Williams DHing in this game, facing Brett Strom. There's only been 8 hits between the two. Here's the pitch. And that's a base hit to right, and that's going to go into the corner in right field. Heading to third is DiMaggio. And now there's runners at second and third with nobody out. They do score the run in the top of the 7th. Gotta love the highlights from OOTP. So that will bring up Casey Candale in the bottom of the 7th. It's a 2-1 game. Jesse Hahn is still in. Here's the pitch from Hahn. Ground ball to first, and it's botched. Again, Stahl with the error. And that's the 3rd error of the game for the LPs. Oh dear lord, the defense is bad for the LPs right now. It may come back to bite them. And with that comes up Mo Vaughn. He is a go-ahead run at the plate. Here's the pitch from Han. And that is a fly ball, and that ball is gone. The error costs big for the LPs. It's now 3-2 Toronto. And now we will go to the top of the eighth. Bobby Bonds leading off. Brent Strom still in the game. It's 3-2. Here's the 3-0. And he walks Bonds. So Bonds with the leadoff walk. And that will bring up Dion James pitch hitting. James pitch hitting for Hewlett here. Nobody out. The 3-1. And he walks. So back-to-back walks for Strom here. That's the go-ahead run on first base. And that will bring up Jake Stahl. Bonds and James, decent speed. Strom's still in here. He's tiring. Let's see if Stahl can do something with the bat. Here's the pitch. And that is a base hit up the middle. Runner holds. So it's now bases loaded for Don Paltovich. Brent Strom staying in this game. Kind of an odd decision here. Infield is in. Here's a pitch. And he walks in the run, so the game is now tied on the walk. 3 walks in the inning for Brent Strom. And that will bring up Vince DiMaggio with the nobody out. Full count. Bases loaded. Here's the pitch from Strom. And that is a base hit up the middle. 1 run will score. And DiMaggio gets in 2 with a single here. And now we have retaken the lead 5-3. Oh, dear Lord. It's already 91 degrees. Sidebar. When I was in Vegas, the craziest thing about summer in Vegas, it was 91 degrees at 3 a.m. in the morning. 91 degrees. It was like 110 or like 40. I think it was like 42 Celsius for those that are actually using like Celsius and stuff like that. But yeah, it was like 110 to 112 by noon. Kind of crazy. But 82 inside the house, oh God, I couldn't do it. I struggle with 75 in the house here. But also keep in mind, I work in a cooler / freezer for my job in a warehouse. So if I have to pick in the dry or do anything that has to do with heat, I spontaneously combust. With that, still nobody out here. Pavlitich at second, DiMaggio at first, John Mayberry to the plate. The DH facing Ed Halicki. They mercifully took out Strom after walking in the run there. Here's the 2-1. Ground ball to second, and it's through for a base hit. And they will score. DiMaggio is safe on the throw that is wide. So it's now 6-3 LPs. They add 2 more to make it 7-3. Or add a run to make it 7-3. So we go to the bottom. Leo Keeley in the game in the bottom of the 9th. There's 2 out. Last chance for Terry Steinbach. Here's the 2-1. Fly ball to center. DiMaggio will make the catch, and we take a 1-0 lead in the series with a 7-3 victory over the Tens. The LPs, 10 hits on the Tens. Nobody bet there. All right. So, game 2, ready to go. We're going to go to Bonnie Lake in this. Bonnie Lake looking to go into round 3 with a victory. 10's trying to force a deciding game. There, Jesse Hahn is on the plate. We go to straight to the bottom of the 4th. The LP's yet to have a hit, but John Mayberry has reached first base on a walk. Tony Phillips at the plate to face Jesse Hahn. The pitch to Phillips, and that's a fly ball to right field. That is a no-doubter home run for Tony Phillips, his first of the postseason. And it's now 2-0 LPs on the home run from Mayberry, the first hit of the game. Uh-oh. Rounds? Uh-oh. So you're through the round 3. All right, so here we are. We're now on the top of the 6th. It's 2-0. Tewksbury on the mound to face Terry Steinbach leading off. The 3-2 pitch in the top of the 6th. And that's a base hit to center field, so that's a leadoff single for Steinbach. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate, which is Joe Judge. Joe Judge facing Tewksbury. Here's the pitch. Fly ball to center field, and that will be caught. Burns makes the catch. So there's one away. We get out of the inning. We go to the top of the 7th. Bob Tewksbury still pitching. Facing Bob Fothergill. The 0-1 pitch. And that is stopped by the lunging Hewlett. He does stop the ball and prevents a double. But it's still going to be ruled at single for Fothergill. And that brings up Byron Buxton to the plate. 3-0 count. Nobody out. He represents the tying run. And he walks. So now that brings up Lip Pike. Lip Pike to the plate facing Tewksbury. Tewksbury tiring here. Here's the pitch. And that's a base hit up the middle. This is the Soiree franchise. And it gets by the center fielder. Run scores. Burns with the rare error. And it's now 2-1. Runners advance to second and third. That brings up Casey Candale to face Tewksbury. 2-1 score, nobody out. Big trouble here. Fly ball to center field. Burns will make the catch. The runner tags, and he will score. The error costly as it ties the game. We're in round 2 of the Silver Soiree. 2-2 score. Still top of the 7th, 1 out. Lip Pike is on second. He is representing the go-ahead run. Tim Hewlett is at the plate. Here's a pitch to Hewlett. And he strikes out swinging, so there's 2 away. Huge strikeout from Tewksbury. Now we'll bring up Terry Steinbach to the plate. Steinbach representing the chance to put them ahead with a base hit. Pike is at third base. Here's the pitch from Tewksbury. Ground ball to short. The throw to first is in time. They get out of the inning. We go to the 7th inning stretch. 2-2. We go to the bottom of the inning. Tim Hewlett has reached first base. Bobby Bonds is at the plate. Hewlett representing the go-ahead run facing Jesse Hahn. Here's the pitch from Hahn. Ground ball to second. Throw the seconds in time. The throw the relay is good. The 6-4-3. And they get out of the inning. We go to the top of the 8th box. Tewksbury still pitching. He's well into the 7th inning here. Bobby Bonds is at the plate. Here's the pitch to Bonds. And that is a base hit to the gasoline side in right center. Bonds heading for second. Heading for third. The throw to third is not in time. So a leadoff, well, not a leadoff. A triple for Bonds, and he represents the go-ahead run for Mo Vaughn. Tewksbury staying in. It won't be me, franchise. It won't be me. Here's the pitch from Tewksbury. Fly ball to right field, and they will take the lead 4-2 on the home run from Mo Vaughn. We're still in the top of the inning. It's 4-2. Tewksbury's still in. Here's the pitch. And that's a base hit to left center. Kind of an highlight there. So we go to the bottom of the eighth. It's 4-2. Jake Stahl up the at the plate facing Hahn. Here's the pitch from to Stahl. Stahl with a base hit up the middle. That's a single for Stahl, and that brings up the tying run. The tying run is John Mayberry. Mayberry, the pitch from Hahn. And it's ground to third. They get the force at second, but there is no relay. And they get out of the inning. So we go to the top of the inning. Tim Hewlett is up facing Jesse Orozco. The pitch from Orozco. That's base hit up the middle. Leadoff single. And that will bring up nobody because it's now Dave Nielsen. So OOTP with the choice highlights here. Dave Nielsen will lead off in the bottom of the ninth. Connie Johnson has entered the game for Toronto. Here's the pitch from Connie Johnson. He is 2 for 2 in save opportunities. And that's lined out to Judge. 1 away. There's now 2 away for George Burns. Here's the pitch to Burns. And there will be a deciding game 3 as Judge takes it himself. And it makes the series tied at 1. Yay, I sold Pierre. Alright, so we got 2 minutes here for a deciding game 3. It'll be in Toronto. I'm not gonna show anything because I don't wanna jinx it. But here we are. Round 2, game 3. Toronto against Bonnie Lake. Hopefully we can get beyond the second round on stream, something we have not done in any of the episodes. Which reminds myself, I need to sign up for Soiree after this. Usually this one fills up a little later because it's not. Oh, that was your alt franchise? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, not sorry on that. But I was fully expecting to lose round 1 because that's what this team does. And it's not really the best team I can put together. Still working on that roster. Especially since I changed that around the thing. No, I'm not, D-Block. I'm being humble. I'm being streamer humble here. Don't worry, Karma's gonna come back and get me in game 3 here, watch. I am being polite, that is for sure. Northern German. I am saving my non-politeness for Dylan in the quick I'm in right now. Dylan is my buddy, but he's my rival at the same time. And we're facing off in a quick right now. And I hope we win this and I have time to check on that one. Yeah, that's a good question. Are you streaming that game in the morning? Or in a couple hours? Considering it's morning in the Pacific time zone right now. Game 3 coming pretty soon here. Hopefully the little box doesn't give me franchise. Did you sign up to get, like, did you link your account? That's not good when I see that. That usually means something. I wish they did a better job of not trying to spoil it. just checking. All right. Game 3, bottom of the 5th. Fred Heimek pitching. Brian Bruxton's on first base. There's no score. Casey Candale's at the plate with 1 out. Gee, that's so different from the U.S. Here's the pitch. That's a line shot and off the wall in right field. Runner scores, and it's 1-0 Toronto on the triple from Candale. So it's now 1-0, 2 out. Joe Judge at the plate. Here's the pitch to Judge, and it gets by Paltovich. Run scores, and it's now 2-0. Oh dear Lord. Are you talking about mine or E-Block here? Alright, so 2-0, top of the 7th. Gerald Williams is at the plate to face Tom Zachary. The pitch from Zachary. Fly ball to right field. High, deep, and gone. Home run for Gerald Williams, and it's now 2-1 on the home run. Good luck, guys. I don't know if I'm getting around 3 here. Runners at the corners. Tim Hewlett at the plate. Bottom of the 7th. 2-1 Toronto. Here's the pitch. And that is a base hit up the middle. Run scores. It's now 3-1. On the single from Buxton. From DiMaggio. I don't know. They scored. It's 3-1. Half a year's at bench and unboosted. I feel that. Buxton's now at second. Hewlett's at first. Joe Judge is at the plate. It's 3-1, 1 out. The pitch. And that's a base hit to left. Runner heading home. And he is safe. So it's now 4-1 to Toronto. They add another run. So we go to the top of the 8th. It's 5-1 Toronto. Bobby Bonds at the plate with 1 out. The 2-2. Fly ball to left field. And there's life. It is 5-2 on the home run from Bobby Bonds, his first of the tournament. So we go to the top half of the 9th. Last chance for the LPs here. 6-2. Mike Timlin in the game. The 1-2 count though. Gerald Williams. Fly ball to left center. It's high and it's gone. Gerald Williams with the home run, and it's now 6-3 on the home run from Gerald Williams. 0-2 count to Ha-Seong Kim, 6-3. Here's the pitch. And that is a base hit to the wall in left field. Kim heading for second, and he will be safe. So they're still alive. It's 6-3. Kim with the double. That brings up Casey Candale to the plate. Candale looking to keep it alive here. Here's the pitch. And he gets in the pop-up. This should do it for Toronto. Toronto will win the series and advance to round 3 on a 6-3 victory. LPs tried to fight it at the end, but could not have enough to win. So, once again, we lose in the second round. GG's 10s. As for the tournament tree, Eagles and... it's alright. It was a new... I have to fix this roster. I mean, there's still some things that I need to fix. I just switched up. I could. I think I can. Ouch, franchise. Ouch. You know what? It was in text form. I felt the chills on the sorry backs. We're about to find out if we can do highlights here. I don't think it will let me do. Well, Oh, we can. Yeah. So we'll let this simulate. Yeah, we'll let this simulate. Let's see if we can do a game here. It'd be this matchup here, right? Wichita and Learned Leagues. Llamas. Yes. I will call this game. I got time. I got nothing but time. So Wichita facing the Learned League Llamas. Swindell will be on the mound for Wichita. Jaewon So will go for the Llamas. Both of them are 1-0 with a 0.00 ERA, so we got a good pitching matchup here. Third round game, game 1, Eagles and Llamas. Swindell carded. Swindell and Tewksbury have done me so bad that I'm off of them right now. But I do know that they're good cards. They've just burned me way too much right now. Oh, jeez. Let's see if I can. Sorry. Play now. Alright, let's see if I can get. It's not letting me. Hey, franchise or D block, is game 1 done? Because I don't know if it's done game 1 yet. Okay. Thanks, D block. Alright, so what we'll do here. Get a prediction up here. Who's gonna win? Eagles or Llamas? D block and franchise. If you know the score, don't tell me. Hopefully, it'll tell me when it's done. Okay. If I don't see the term of simulation complete, just let me know when it's in. Ouch, Cheeky. Cheeky with the shots fired from Cheeky, putting all his money in on D block. Okay. So we're gonna do a round 3 game here between D block and franchise. Game 1 is coming down the pipe at any time. Got the sim? Okay. And let me exit. and go back in and see if I can do it. Yeah, that's him in. Okay, here we go. Game 1. Eagles and Llamas. Top of the first, Jaewon So on the mound for the Llamas. Runners at first and third. Slida at first. Duffy at third. Johnny Blanchard has entered the plate. Here's the pitch from So. 1 out. Fly ball to left field. That ball's going to be caught. Runner tags. Duffy will score. And just like that, it's 1-0 Wichita in the top of the first. So they get the 1 at the top of the first. We go to the bottom of the first. Delpha Phillips is on second base. Bobby Bonds is at the plate. Swindell is on the mound for the Wichita Eagles. The pitch from Swindell. Fly ball to center field, and that is over the center fielder's head and to the wall. It's a tie game on the double from Bonds. So it's tie game. Bonds is at second. There's 1 away. Full count to Eric Davis. Here's the windup from Swindell. And that's a base hit up the middle. Bonds will come in to score. And it is 2-1 Llamas in the bottom of the first. Llamas striking back after the 1 run in the top half of the inning for the Eagles. We're still in the bottom of the first. Bo Bonds at the plate. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. That's a deep fly ball to left field, and that is just inside the foul pole. Home run for Mo Vaughn. Learned League takes a 3-1 lead in the bottom of the first. Mo Vaughn's home run makes it 3-1. We go to the top of the second. Runners at first and second. Hamlin at second. Jed Yurko at first. Ken Phelps has reached the box, as we say. Maybe I need a third cup of coffee. Who knows? Jaewon So is pitching. Here's a pitch from Jae Wong. That is a ground to the first, and it's booted. Mo Vaughn boots the ball, and now the bases are loaded with 2 out for Charlie Duffy. Charlie Duffy facing Jaewon So. 3-1 Llamas. Mo Vaughn showing the gold glove at first base so far. Here's the pitch to Duffy. And that's a fly ball to left. And the error from Vaughn does nothing. Base is stranded. It is 3-1. Going to the bottom of the third. The Llamas added 2 runs, not shown. So we go to the bottom of the third. Greg Sundell struggling. Already giving up 9 hits and 5 runs in 2 innings. Mo Vaughn is at first. Casey Candale is at the plate. Here's the pitch from the struggling Swindell, and that ball is off the swan sign in left center. Runner heading home, and he is safe. Casey Candale with the triple, and it's now 6-1 Llamas. We're in the bottom of the third. Stop it. He's already dead. So we go to the top of the seventh. Yeah, top of the seventh. It's 7-1 Llamas. They added another run in the third. Jaewon So is still pitching for the Llamas. Rob Deere is at the plate for the Eagles. Ned Hanlon's at first base. There's nobody out. The offering. Fly ball to center field. That ball is high, it's deep, and it's gone. Llamas striking back. It's now 7-3 on the third home run from Rob Deere. Jaewon So still in the game. Franchise ready to go down there and pull the AI manager and fire him. We're in the top of the 8th. Rob Deere up again. Ben Hamlin on first again. We're going to snooze this ad.
Here's the pitch to Jaewon So. It's 7-3. Fly ball, fly ball to right. It's gone. Another home run from Rob Deere. And it's now 7-5. Llama's in trouble. Eagles making a comeback here. And now we go to the top of the ninth. It is 7-5. Robbie Erlin in the game to face Charlie Duffy. One away. The 2-1 count. And that's a base hit to right. That will bring the tying run to the plate. One out. And it's now Eric Davis at the plate to face Robbie Erlin. Erlin, the full count. It's a fly ball to left. And it's caught, so there's two away. Westlake with the quick catch, and it brings up Andre Thornton to the plate. Last chance for the Eagles. It's 7-5. Thornton representing the tying run. Here's the pitch. And that is a grounder to third to get the force at second. And the Llamas win game 1. 7-5. Llamas jumped out early, scored 7 runs in the first 3 innings. Wichita tried to make a comeback with Rob Deere hitting home runs from everywhere. But the big error from the Llamas did not come back to bite them. So game 2, I'm going to bet. That bet will be for the series. Yes, I am calling all the games for D Block and franchise. So, Llama's up 1-0. All right, so here we go. Llama's up 1-0. Cheeky did go all in. So what we'll do, I got an ad coming up in 7 minutes. I'm going to run the ad, get it out of the way. That way it does not interrupt the game 2 here. So I will be right back. Okay, so Sim is in. We are in game two, Llamas against the Eagles. We have fast forwarded to the bottom of the second. Tony Salida is at the plate to face Blasagami, or whatever. Music, you're not really listening, are you? Luis Quiones is at first base facing Wade. It is one out. Here's the pitch to Salida. That's a base hit down the line in left field and to the wall. Quiones to third, and it'll now be runners at second and third for Rob Deere. Rob Deere, who hit 2 home runs in yesterday's game, looking to add on to his home run attack against Wade. Here's the pitch, and he strikes out swinging. So to get out of the inning, it's no score. We head to the bottom of the third. 2 out. Jed Yorko at first base. Johnny Blanchard at the plate. Blasingame with the pitch. That is a base hit up the middle. Runner heading for third, and he will be safe. So Blanchard goes to second on the throw. Now it's runners at second and third. 2 out. Eric Davis at the plate. Here's the pitch to Davis. Fly ball to center field. That's a no-doubter. Home run for Eric Davis. The 422-foot shot gives him the 3-0 lead in the bottom of the third. Once again, there's a replay. No doubter. Well up the hill in center field. I just wanted to show that again. So Wichita adds 1 in the third, adds 1 in the fourth. So it's now 5-0 in the top of the fifth. Nathan Eovaldi pitching to Eric Davis. Davis leading off the fifth. Here's the pitch. And it's raining Davis home runs. 2 no-doubters from the dueling Davises. It's 5-1 Eagles. Depends on the root beer, guys. If it's Barks root beer, I'm taking that over Dr. Pepper. I may have to look into that Eric Davis card. Speaking of Eric Davis, it's 5-1. We're in the top of the sixth. Ironically, Eric Davis at the plate. Hewlett on first. Weintraub at third. Eovaldi pitching. Here's the 3-1. And he walks Davis. That is the least impactful play by any of the Eric Davises in this game. That will be the bases loaded for Jerry Willard. 5-1 Llamas down. 1 out. Full count. Here's the pitch to Willard. And Willard walks. So he walks in the run on ball 8. So it's 5-2. Bases are still loaded for Jerry Pretty. I would think so, Cheeky. Here's the pitch from Eovaldi. And he strikes out swinging. Pretty chasing the high heat. Eovaldi gets the second out. It's still 5-2. Tony Phillips is now entered the box. Addison Bumgarner now in the bump for the Wichita Eagles. Interesting AI decision here. Really interesting AI decision here. Bringing in Bumgarner to face the righty Tony Phillips. Here's the pitch. And that's a fly ball to right field. Get out the rye bread. It is a grand slam. Grand slam for Tony Phillips. It's 6-5 Llamas on the grand slam from Tony Phillips. The decision to bring in Madison Bumgarner to face a righty was a bad one. 5 runs in the top of the 6th for the Llamas. It's now 6-5 Llamas. Ken Phelps at the plate, 1 out. Earl Yingling in the game for the Llamas. Here's a pitch from Yingling. That's a ground ball at the middle. Great play from the shortstop, but Weintraub cannot hold on to the throw. That's an error. Good point. Sorry. Welcome, Holler. How are you doing, by the way? Welcome to the stream. All right, so we're at the bottom of the sixth. Ken Phelps at first. Jerry Denny's at the plate to face Earl Yingling. The pitch from Yingling. Ground ball to the pitcher. The throw to second is out. I think. Yeah, they got out of it. It's 6-5 Llamas. We go to the top of the seventh. Madison Bumgarner in the game. This is what should have been the matchup. Lefty against lefty. Here's the pitch from Madison. And that ball, it didn't matter anyways. Home run for the Llamas. 7-5. It's just not Madison's day. The AI should come out to get Bumgarner right now. So with that home run, we go to the bottom of the seventh. It's 7-5. Luis Quiones at the plate to face Earl Yingling. The pitch from Earl. That's a ground ball at the middle. It's a base hit. So that's a single from Quiones. And that brings a tying run to the plate. That is Tony Salida. Salida gets the offering. And he strikes out looking. And that will bring up Gary Ronicke. Here in the bottom of the seventh, Bob Tewksbury has entered the game for the Llamas. 2 out, 2-1 count. The pitch. And that is a base hit up the middle. Ronicke with the hit. Runner heading for third. And he is safe. So runners at the corners, go ahead run is on. It's Rob Deere. Rob Deere, who has tortured the Llamas in game one, looking to add to the torture in the bottom of the seventh here. The 0-1 pitch. Ground ball to third. The throw to first is in time to get out of the inning. So we go to the top of the eighth. It is 7-5 Llamas. Top of the eighth here, Jerry Purdy at first. Tony Phillips at the plate to face Steve Olin. Switch hitting Phillips gets a base hit up the middle. So it's now runners at first and second, and that brings up Mo Vaughn. Mo Vaughn, the lefty, facing Olin. Here's the pitch. And it's a base hit. Did not realize the bases are loaded, but 2 runs will score on the really bad throw. And it's now 9-5 Llamas. That is fair point. So we go to the bottom of the eighth. There's 2 out. Jerry Denny at the plate to face Tewksbury. Tewksbury with the offering. Fly ball to right center. That is a no-doubter. They cut into the lead. It's now 9-6 Llamas on the home run from Denny. So we go to the top of the ninth. Steve Olin still in this game, facing Phil Weintraub. Nobody out. The 0-2. And that's a base hit to left. That's a single for Phil. So now there's a runner on first for Tim Hewlett. Olin to pitch to Hewlett. And that's a base hit up the middle. AI better start bringing in somebody quick. They get out of that inning. So we're now in the bottom of the ninth. Last chance for Tony Salida. 9-6 Llamas. Bring the lefty back in. Robbie Erlin pitching to Salida. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to first. This should do it for the Llamas, and they win the game and the series 2-0. They move on to the quarterfinals. Pain for whoever put all in on the Eagles. It's the correct. Complete it. So Llamas win the series 2-0. I can go. Let's do this. Turn round. So Tony Phillips was the series MVP for the Llamas. He hit 667 with a home run and 5 RBIs. He had a 1.7 OPS in the series. Rob Deere had 2 home runs and 4 RBIs for the Eagles. But Greg Swindell gave up 10 hits in 2 innings with a 31.5 ERA. Bumgarner gave up the grand slam to propel them to the victory. So with that in mind, the Eagles move on to face the winner. Oh, geez. Now. I kind of wish I beat the Tens now. It could have been It could have been me and D Block in this. Pain. No, never. Yeah, it could have been. Yeah, it could have been the Eagle. We could have faced up D Block. All right, so I went to check on the quick. Dylan swept me, so I'm gonna hear about that in the morning. Still waiting on a quick, so we'll call D Block's next game while that fires up. We'll do that. Oh, I'm sorry, Llama's next game. What up, D King? How you doing? I know, I just realized that. Which means I would have got Yaks, and that would have been another tough matchup. So what we'll do, because the other quick is not fired up yet, we can do one of two things. We can call D Block's game before that quick comes up. Or we can try to figure out my dead ball silver roster. Your guys' choice. All right. We'll do that. We'll build that roster from scratch because I'm trying to figure that out here. All right, so this dead ball roster is I don't even want to look at it. It was bad. Plus, I have a lot more new cards. So we'll start this. See if this works now. All right. Oh, it does work. They got it to work. All right. All right. So start with the hitters. So this is what I have combinator wise that I can use. Oh yeah, this is the first this is the combinator I got from the 102 packs that I'll never use. Ever. But hey, I can't even sell him either. That's another thing beyond itself. So dead ball is more reliant on getting the ball in play, if I remember right. Because home runs are like at 0.85, if I remember right. So I want to use Parrish for sure. And I want to use Bonds. Solo White, Gabby Hartnett. Babbitt by almost no power. Well, Bobby Bonds is not an option because his outfield error is god awful. So is Parrish. It looks like I might be only going with the two starting out. So I just want to get that out of the way. So I have Hartnett as a catcher. Let me clean this up. So Sammy Harrison. I can use Harrison. If I remember right, he doesn't have. He should be good defensively. He's got BABIP. He can hit for gap. So Harrison for sure. Frank Duncan. Yeah. It took me a while to get back to 47K. I did consider him. All right, so Harrison for sure. We'll go because that would give me Harrison and Hartnett. First base. That's probably not gonna happen. It would be amazing. Don't get me wrong. I could survive without it. All right, so Gene Tenants. See, I want to play this card. He'll be, but he's got really bad error. But he's got a really good eye. I agree with D Block here. I had mentioned it earlier in stream. Gene Tenants playing first base, would that be a big? Would he have too many errors at first base? Play Berkman? Okay. So Berkman. Who's gonna join him? Oh, I know who I want to join him. Box is not great defensively. Bohan's a absolute statue at first. Snell's not. God, I wish Snell was better. Um, Snell may be the best. Well, there's Dave Nielsen. Oh, he's even worse. Oh dear lord. I'm gonna go with Snow. At worst, he can get the ball in play. He has enough power, even though it won't really matter. But he has a really good eye, and he's looks like yeah, he's really good against lefties. So I will take Snow. I can platoon those two at first because we know Berkman can't see a lefty to save his life. Second base, Dickey. Sure. That's Keston Hura. That would be. Keston gets the ball in play. He can back up first. Snell can. Sure, why not? I mean, I've been knocked out of the first round enough. We'll take a chance on Keston. And that the other option I want to do is Colt Emerson, just to be the super sub on the bench. He has decent air. He's got good arm. He can turn to double play. So I want to use Colt Emerson. I can use Keston Hura. Good job, D Block, on that one. Shortstop, I think it's gonna be pretty cut and dry here. It's gonna be Christian Guzman, although his error is suspect. Now comes the tough part. Wish it. Could this be Alex Cintron? Or could I go? I have a feeling I'm thinking way too much about infield error here. I know Emerson also covers everywhere. There's Branch Russell. Yeah, I don't like that. I think this is gonna be Guzman. I'm gonna go flight. I have Emerson. I think that's gonna be the play here. Third base. Third base, I think this is going to be Horner. It's either going to be Horner. I Yeah, I kind of agree with you here. Actually, I wish Brady House is another guy. He actually has decent pitching ratings. It's kind of I just now noticed that he can pitch if needed. But I need a guy with. If I'm gonna go that route, I'm gonna get Brady House. Snell's playing first base versus right, so I'll just go House and Parrish and hope that doesn't get hit there. Because Parrish can get on base, decent eye versus left. House can at least. That's fair. I can play House everywhere too. Outfielders. I have Guzman at shortstop. All right, so Jerry Benjamin gonna have the greatest error. Showboat, I like Showboat if he was. I need to have better defense out here, which is why Tuck Turner is not an option. Um, Deion James be the Deion James would be the fourth outfielder. He can play all three, and he doesn't give up much error there. So for Jeff Devanin for sure. Got about him. He's probably playing center. I'm just have to hope to God ball doesn't get to hit the Benjamin too much. So that leads to right field. Stan Pasqua doesn't have the greatest range, but he doesn't. His Bob Fothergill is bad. Bad there, but he's. You know what? I'm all for that. So here's what I'm thinking. That gives me 50. I don't need a lot of pitchers. That's 15. Harrison Hartnett catching. Berkman and Snow at first. Or actually, Snow at third. Keston Hura playing first. White. I guess. Oh, Guma. Dickie Thon. Oh, yeah. Dickie Thon's the second base. Let's go back to third. Everson's playing everywhere. House is playing everywhere. Fothergill and left. Benjamin and right. Devanin and James. James can play everywhere. How many pitches do I need for dead ball? Like 9? 3 starters and maybe 6 relievers, or can I add another bat here? Move on. Why not? But if I go Mo Vaughn, I'm not gonna go. I'm gonna try to find somebody else a little more versatile for Keston Hura because I don't know if I'm out of spot for him if that's the case. Which means, do I bring the? Oh, that's right. Hold on. That's what I was missing. Henry Davis. So for now, Henry Davis can play right field. That fixes that problem. So 16 bat is 16 hitters gonna be enough for dead ball here? Or do I have too many? You know what, Holler? The mid '90s NBA is the best way of describing that because that's what they did. Hey, this guy can do everything. Pinch runner. I got your pinch runner. He's there. Pinch runner. Victor Scott. Welcome. Don't ask him to hit, but I think he could run. Um yeah. I think that will cover the pinch runner. All right. So, lineup wise, my leadoff hitter, Sammy Harrison. No, Harris versus Wright. Oliver Candy was the biggest bust in the history of mankind. Plus, it's the Clippers, so nobody cares. God, the Clippers were a bad run franchise then. All right, end rant. Uh, left field. Bob Fothergill. So he's better. Henry Davis. Davis playing left. Vannon in center. Darren Benjamin in right. DH. Vaughn. Vaughn will be the DH. Oh, franchise on a run here. So let me put this all together here. Harrison, Berkman, Guzman. Um, Berkman, Davis, Lovon, Parrish, Benjamin, Devanin. How's that look for how's that look for the lineup versus right? James, Sano, James no. White, how's that look, guys, for the lineup versus right? Harrison, Guzman, Thumb, Berkman, Davis, Vaughn, Parrish, Benjamin, Devanin. Because I like Henry Davis's bat. He's the bet. I like his bat and his eye versus righties. That's why I want to use Davis in right field. That and he's technically the better defender. I mean, we can compare the two. Like he's gonna get the ball and play, but has the better eye. And then defensively, Fothergill doesn't have the arm. Davis is a better outfielder defensively, and I would like to use Fothergill versus lefties more than I do righties. And Victor Scott's only job is to be a defensive sub and run. Now lefties, Fannin, Guzman, Hartnett. Sano, Lovon the DH, Fothergill playing left field. Of course, he could play third. He could play first. Harrison or Hartnett at first. All right, at catcher versus left. I'm leaning Hartnett on this because he's more well-rounded.
think I'm gonna go with Hartman unless Harrison. Okay, so Harrison both ways. That's what we're like. Harrison both ways. Center. The right field. H. Dickey. Sano. Davis. Benjamin. Guzman. How's that look for lineup versus lefties? Van Harrison Thom, Sano Vaughn Davis, Fothergill Benjamin Guzman. And Hartnett playing every fourth game to give Harrison some rest versus lefties. I think that will work. I think that won't work versus for left-handers. Devan and Harrison Thumb, Sano Vaughn Davis, Fothergill Benjamin Guzman. I feel like I need a guy with more eye to replace House. Oh yeah, for sure. I don't think Grandison works for dead ball. Phelps only plays first. Dawson? Oh yeah, for Stonehands for sure. Dennis could play first, but that doesn't help.
I already have Devannon. I'm just trying to find a guy to the. I have Devannon. Just trying to find. I feel like I need a guy with a little bit more eye. I don't think Brady House is gonna work for Deadball, so I'm just trying to find somebody to replace him. And I think Keston Hiram might be the answer. Unless anybody else has got a suggestion here. I mean, there's. I don't. Um, you know what? Oh yeah, because he's. Is he worth the 14K? No. You think he's worth the 14, or should I just put a buy order in on him? I mean, there's Hank Aaron, 16. Fair. A fair point, D Block. There's Eddie Yost. Could play third base and right field. His last 10's 19.2. I don't know. I haven't seen too much of this card, so it's a legitimate question. Gets on base, you get good defender. Um, sure. I only live once. Great eye. I actually prefer him over Benjamin versus Wright. Okay. Hopefully, hopefully he's worth the 14K. Like I'm testing, testing third base.
Oh, every fourth. Dog. Question. Kester. Harris. James. Scott. Only guy I want running. How's that look versus righties? With Harrison and Herzog at the top of the order for Dickey, Lance, Davis, Vaughn, and Parrish. And then Devannon and Guzman to turn it over. And Sano can swap out with Vaughn. Saul White is not a DH. But he can back up shortstop with Emerson. And then left-handed. I haven't even gotten to the pitching yet. Dear God. Where's Locke or Fothergill here? Do I stick with Fothergill who doesn't strike out, or do I take the 139i of Whitey Herzog versus lefties? Or do I stick with Fothergill? No, you're not unfair. Herzog? Okay. I don't really look at a Void K that much, so Whitey. Alright. Does that look better versus lefties? Devannon, Harrison, Thumb, Sano, Vaughn, Davis, Guzman, Benjamin, Herzog. Makes me feel a little better about. I think that's good. I think the lineup. You know what? As long as Chad is going, I am good. I'm hanging out anyways, trying to figure out this dead ball roster. PC franchise, I'm used to having no chat when I was racing. So this is like a timely change for me. Kind of I like it. Have a good morning, D Block. Thank you for hanging out. Now, if you don't do your chores, you don't get dinner. All right. So defending, I think that looks better. Now, now that we've got 18 hitters here, why do I have 18 hitters? Do I need, is 8 pitchers going to be enough in dead ball? Okay. Pitchers. Mays. Let me hide duplicates here. Mambo, Bumgarner, Wire, Borbone, Keeley, Zahn, Pendergast? I don't remember if I have him. Or Prendergast. Okay, I'll chance it. I can fight. Oh, there he is. You mean Larry Parrish? I have him. He's on the roster. Are we still talking about the stone hands? All right, so pitching wise, is there anybody else you could think? Yeah, that's back to stone hands. Would Lou Fett? Oh no, I don't. I want to stay with control here. Um, that's all the That's the pictures I have. Starters. Are we thinking? So I want to get deep in the games here. Are we thinking those three?
in the rotation and then everybody else in the bullpen? I not in a while. Control. I'm more sweating about the rotation than I am the, the bullpen. I'm more worried about the 3-man rotation I'm going with. Yeah, so Helder, I'm thinking Mays, Pendergast, and Zachary, and then everybody else fall where they may in the bullpen. Mainly because all three have they can get deeper in the games. Although I feel like yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like I like Mambo, but 56 stand and dead ball is not ideal. And I've never used Prendergast as a starter or a reliever. It's the first time I'm using him. Just because I'm curious. That's more out of curiosity than anything. I think I got the roster. These two can go bye bye. Oh, whatever. Yeah, I'm not used to having all those hitters. Well, you know what? I'm brand new the perfect team. This is like my first year of actually doing it seriously. So I will take mediocre advice and go with it. All right, so we can go to start screen, save and return. So saved. Oh, all right, so it's 2-1. I'm gonna take the break here. I'm gonna call game 4 of round 1 here. Let me make sure I'm in another quick before I do anything else. In case I lose this game, which is possible. It is pretty impossible. Hi, Warbot, by the way. Oh yeah. Duh. Upload.
All right. Like, what do you mean by that, Warbot? Two man? Are they gonna get worn out if you have a two-man rotation? Legitimate question here. They can't raise their arm to comb their hair. That doesn't hurt you. So like, so if I do go with the oh, I'm so if I'm going with two guys with 18 batters faced, which two am I using? Two. I figured that. Yeah, franchise usually goes an hour before I do. But you guys feel free to follow franchise. He does a lot of great experiments with the base game. You're streaming tomorrow, right? Franchise. Well, let me oh yeah, well yes. Let me save the roster. I can always double check. I'll be on to double check the roster. Most nights except oh yeah, because we talked about Wednesdays. So Warbot, let me
I got an ad coming up in 3 minutes. Let me take the break here, and then we can go over the two. The 2+6 should be safe in 1925, and 2+7. Because right now I had the 2+6. I got 3 minutes. I can do this. So, and do you use all middle relief for your bullpen? It said it successfully set the roster. Yeah, I'll double check it when yeah, it loaded just fine. And like I said, I'll be on to double check it when it does fire up, just to make sure everything works. But I'm running up on an ad, so let me get this out of the way because Twitch, and I'll be right back. All right, so I'm back. Um, Warbot, I'll hit you up on PM just to go over the bullpen later. But I'm gonna call the game in my quick as soon as I get the right thing here. A couple probably passed since then. All right, so it's Hello Friends against Bonnie Lake. First round of a quick. I think it was 2-1 Hello Friends, so I believe this is game 4. We're in the top of the second. There's no score. Houston Hurst and Waldrop pitching for Hello Friend. Christian Guzman's at the plate with Jeff DeVannen at first. Here's the pitch from Waldrop. And that's a fly ball to left center. And that will drop and go against the wall in left center. 1 run will score. DeVannen heading for third, and he is safe. So with that, the LPs take a 1-0 lead in the top of the second. So we fast forward to the bottom of the second. It's 1-0 LPs. Tom Zachary on the mound. Dick Dietz is at first. Carlos May is at the plate. Here's the pitch to May. And that is a base hit up the middle. Runner heading to third. And he will be safe. So that puts runners in second and third. They do score the run. But we now go to the top half of the third. It's tied at 1. Dickie Thon at first. Lance Berkman at the plate facing Waldrop. Here's the full count pitch. Ground ball to second. To throw the second in time. The relay is good. That's a double play. A huge double play to get out of that inning. Both teams don't score in the third. The LPs don't score in the fourth. So we go to the bottom of the fourth. Mark Teixeira is at the plate to face Tom Zachary. The 1-1. And that's a well hit ball to left. And that is well out of here. Home run for Teixeira. 2-1. Hello, friend. So we go to the bottom of the fifth. The LPs don't answer the home run from Teixeira. Sammy Harrison's at first. Christian Guzman's at the plate. Here's the pitch from Zachary. That's a base hit up the middle. Runner going to third. The throw to third is in time. This is a silver quick first round. It's the first round game against Hello Friend. It's game 4. Yeah, it's game 4. Hello Friend's up 2-1. It was the only tournament I had fired up at the moment. So first round matchup here, 2-1 Hello Friend. They're up 2-1 in the series. Bob Horner's at first in the top of the 6th. Jimmy Fox is at the plate. Here's Waldrop. That's well hit ball to the gap in left center, and it's off the wall. Runner heading home. Decides and thinks twice of it. Horner holds at third. The speed not the greatest. But that's now runners in the second and third with the infield in. Jeff DeVannen at the plate. Here's the pitch to DeVannen. And it gets away from the catcher. Runner scores. Tie game. Horner scores on the wild pitch from Waldrop. And now Jimmy Fox is at third, the go-ahead runner. Here's the 3-2 pitch. And DeVannen walks. So now the runners are at the corners for Christian Guzman. Top of the 6th, tied at 2. Here's the pitch to Waldrop. From Waldrop to Guzman. And that is a base hit to left. Runner scores. It's 3-2 Bonnie Lake. On the double, well, Guzman reaches second on the throw. RBI single for Guzman. It's 3-2 Bonnie Lake. 2 more runs score. Another run scores. It's 4-2. Guzman at third. Harrison at first. Dickie Thon at the plate. Waldrop's still in here. Hit and run in play. Base hit. Base hit for Thumb. Harrison goes to third. Guzman scores. It's now 5-2 LPs. It's now 6-2 LPs. We're still in the top of the 6th. Ryan Boricki in for Hello Friend to face Gene Tennant with 2 out. Here is the pitch. Fly ball to right. It's high, it's deep, and it has just enough to get out of here. 3-run homer for Gene Tennant. It's now 9-2 LPs with 8 runs in the 6th. So it's 9-2. A lot has happened in the 6th inning. 8 runs in the 6th. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Dick Dietz at the plate. Nobody out. Tom Zachary pitching. Here's the pitch to Dietz. And that's a fly ball to left. That should have enough. And it's gone. Dick Dietz with his first home run of the postseason. And they claw into the lead. It's now 9-3 LPs. That's all they would get in the 7th. So we go to the top of the 8th with Bob Horner leading off. Well, Bob Horner up 2 out. The 2-1 pitch. Make that 10-3 on the deep home run from Bob Horner. So the solo home run puts him up 10-3. We go to the bottom of the 9th, 2 out. Christian Guzman trying to keep hope alive for Hello Friend. Here's the pitch. And that's a fly to center, and that is caught. So we go to a deciding game 5 as LPs win 10-3. So here it is, game 5. Hello Friends at Bonnie Lake. Usually when I see that box score, it's not good. That little box, it's not good. I wish they did a better, they showed that for either way. So we go to the bottom of the 1st. Jeff DeVannon's at 2nd. Gabby Hartnett's at 1st. Tiki Thom at the plate to face Greg Swindell. Here's the pitch. That is a ground ball to first. They turn to double play. 2 away. To get out of the inning, so we go to the top of the 2nd. Zach Greinke pitching. May on 2nd. Ramirez at 1st. Here's Connie Day. The pitch to Connie Day. That is a ground ball to the 3rd baseman. The throw to 2nd, good. The relay is in time. They get out of the inning. Still no score in the bottom of the 2nd. The LPs don't score in the 2nd, so we go to the top of the 3rd. Christian Guzman at the plate. The full count from Greinke. And that is a base hit down the right field line and to the wall. Guzman to 2nd, and he will be safe. So leadoff double for Guzman. That brings up Joe Mauer. The pitch to Mauer. And that's a base hit down the right field line. And that should score Guzman. Mauer with the double. And it's 1-0 Hello Friend. We're still in the top of the 3rd. Nobody out still. Here's Jerry Harrison to the plate to face Greinke. Here's the pitch. And that's a base hit to left. Runner heading home. Mauer will score. It's 2-0 Hello Friend. Harrison goes to 2nd on the throw. He would later score, so now the bases are loaded. AI, take him out, please. Nobody out still. 3-0 Friends. Here's the pitch to Carlos May. And that's over the center fielder's head and off the wall. That's going to clear the bases. I thought it was going to clear the bases. May with a 2 RBI double. It's 5-0 Hello Friend. They're paying us back for game 4. They end up scoring 9 in the inning. Pain. 9 in that inning. And we go to the bottom of the 4th. It's 9-0 Hello Friend. Runners at 1st and 2nd. Bob Horner at the plate. Nobody out. Here's the pitch from Swindell. Ground ball to 2nd. The throw to 2nd is good. The relay is in time. You don't get out of that inning. Hello Friend adds the extra point to make it 10-0. Bottom of the 6th. Gabby Hartnett at first. Tiki Thom at the plate. Here's the pitch. And that ball's a no-doubter home run for Dickey. And somehow it's 10-2. We only need 8 more runs, guys. Now would be a good time to start. Gene Tennant is at the plate to face Swindell. The pitch from Swindell. And that's a back-to-back home runs. Goodbye. 386 on the measurement. It's 10-3. We kicked the field goal to get within a touchdown. The problem is, Hello Friend added two more in the seventh. We added one in the eighth. It's the bottom of the ninth. Bases loaded. Dickey at the plate. Last chance. This isn't usually good. Here's a pitch from Valverde, who's in the game. And that's a ground ball. The shortstop, throw to second is in time. Hello Friend moves on. Losing that game 12-4 hurts. Hello Friend had 18 hits to go with those 12 runs, basically all in the third inning. Lots and lots of pain. 2 errors in that game, by the way. One from Dickey, one from. You would think two of your best defenders, James, who has 120 error, and Dickey, who's okay, he has issues with errors. But either way, they move on. Had we won, we would have had 6 and out. This is not one of the stronger quicks, but I got one more in me. Oh, actually, that one's not up. Checking something here. Guys, I think I'm going to end this here because I don't know how long it's going to be before that quick fires up. If it fires up in the next like 5 to 10 minutes, I'll do one. There is one more open spot. It would be a decent yeah, this would be a decent set of teams here. We do need one more. I don't think it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna fire up pretty soon. No. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end it here. Usually, if there's someone magically here in OOTP, I would stream to them. Holler. I don't think like Deadball may be a little. There's not a lot of like super combinator teams. There may be like 3, maybe 4. 626 doesn't really do a lot of tournaments, so the few that he gets in, he does do well. But I've been absolutely ran by teams without him. I think that's one of the few ones that you can limit it, and I think you guys still would have a chance. So, in the spirit of Ezra Denny, who's on vacation tomorrow, he usually streams in the Alf. He usually raids in the Alf when he's done and there's nobody around. I'm going to raid into Simulated Sports Network. They're actually doing
Tecmo Super Bowl, the night, yeah, that Tecmo Super Bowl from Nintendo. They're doing simulated seasons. They're currently doing the 2013 ROM hack. I really don't have anybody else to rate into. I looked at the retro games I'm looking at, but the game's not really good. So I'm just gonna rate it to them. It looks like it's a Redskins Bengals matchup, so it's Kirk Cousins in Washington, mind you. So I'll start that raid. Thank you, Holler. I really appreciate you being in. I will be on tomorrow at 11:30 Pacific, same time. Probably gonna go right around 3 o'clock, maybe a little further. We'll see. But once again, guys, thank you so very much for being in. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night or morning. It's morning now. What am I doing?